This is ABC 7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back to new hotels are another step closer to becoming reality in Bradenton.
The proposed hotels would be built along Cortez Road West. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live from the site in Manatee County with more. Rick?
Yeah, guys, a pair of Marriott brand hotels would be built here on these 6 acres. Many folks we talked with are pretty much in favor of it. This vacant land could soon have 2 hotels sitting on it. One is a Country Inns and Suites, and the other is a Town Place Suites. It's right across the street from the Walmart on Cortez Road West and next to the Golden Corral restaurant. Bradenton resident Don Hensley is happy to hear about the proposed hotels.
I think it's a great idea. We could use more hotels. We could use some more dead blamed apartment complexes.
Bradenton is one of the fastest growing cities in Florida. The city's mayor tells us this is one of the ways to meet a great demand, especially since he feels the city is lacking in hotels.
We know one of the issues that we have with the growth in our tourism, that we need hotel rooms. We need opportunities for people to stay.
The location of these proposed hotels is near many restaurants and stores and just a few miles from the beach. Matthew Silva has some concerns, but overall is in favor of it, mainly because of the new jobs it'll bring with it.
It's going to bring, of course, a little bit more traffic and whatnot, but I think it would be good for us.
The proposed hotels did jump a big hurdle in getting the green light from Bradenton's Planning Commission earlier this week. In addition to this pair of hotels, a Spring Hill Suites hotel will be breaking ground next month across from City Hall. And next up with all this, a public hearing will be held later this month. Then it goes in front of City Council for approval. Reporting live from Bradenton this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
Thank you, Rick. An Orlando-based developer says that it has run into a few delays, but demolition on the former Colony Resort on Longboat Key should start soon. Unicor says there were a few hiccups with the inspection, but they should be resolved shortly. The Colony has been closed for 6 years and is considered uninhabitable. Unicor hopes to return it to its former glory by replacing the old building with a 360-room, 5-story resort. The developers are hoping to break ground in 2 years and open on New Year's Eve of 2020.
Tonight, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is holding a public meeting about turning some Manatee County islands into a critical wildlife area. The Dot-Dit Islands in the Braden River are home to only coastal wood stork colony in Tampa Bay, as well as hundreds of other birds. Florida Audubon wants the islands to be closed year-round to protect that wildlife. The meeting tonight starts at 6:30 at the Manatee County Rocky Bluff Library in Ellenton.
One group is working hard to make sure Siesta Key Beach stays clean and litter-free. Some Siesta Key residents are banding together and implementing a beach cleanup program. The volunteers plan to distribute about 3,000 bags to beachgoers during Labor Day weekend in hopes of encouraging them not to leave their trash on the beach. The program's organizer says the effort is necessary because there are only a few trash cans around the public beach, and on busy days, the trash can build up.
The bins on the public beach are at the very top of the beach, and since it's so wide and so long, you can't see them from any place that you're sitting on the beach. And so a lot of people have been thinking that somebody else comes and cleans up after them. I'm hoping that after Labor Day weekend, we're not there cleaning up a lot of mess and that everybody utilizes the bags and brings them to the barrels on the way out.
The group first implemented the program during the 4th of July weekend, and they say it was a success. Anything to remind people.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That is, because if you have a bunch of stuff and you're down at the beach, if you could just bring it with you and drop it in those trash cans, because they aren't right where you're sitting at the beach. So
take out what you bring on to the beach. Yeah. All right, another check on the weather now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Pretty nice day so far, Bob.
Yeah, we got to keep care of that valuable resource there. And I tell you what, pretty nice just to the south too at Casey Key Webcam. Showing a beautiful day for beach goers. Lots of sunshine out there and no threat of any significant rainfall throughout the afternoon at this point. You can see some high clouds moving on by, but generally sunshine and 90 degrees. The heat index feels very hot, 100 degrees, and dew point at 75. The sea breeze has indeed kicked in at the airport at 11 miles an hour. The pressure 30.02. It's falling slightly, but still a rather high pressure system. Right now, the east wind is continuing to bring some showers and storms over to central portions of our viewing area. These will eventually drift toward the west coast here and will fire up a little bit more, so I do believe later on this evening. We'll have more in the forecast coming up in just a few. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. There is still a teacher shortage in Florida and here on the Suncoast. Sarasota's school district has 109 openings, the majority of which are for instructors. Manatee County has more than 70 vacancies. Some blame the Deferred Retirement Option Program, or DROP, as one of the reasons for this shortage. The program allows teachers to collect retirement benefits while still working, but they must retire at the end of their DROP period, which typically runs 5 years from the time they first start the program. Former Manatee High School teacher Linda Boone also blames the focus on standardized testing for discouraging people from considering teaching.
In recent years, teachers have come under attack and have to pretty much prove themselves every day that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and we're using inadequate methods at best to determine how well teachers are doing.
Coming up later on our ABC 7 at 7 newscast, we'll have the Manatee County District's Human Resources Director to explain how the district plans on acquiring the remaining needed teachers.
Manatee County Sheriff's Office is reminding drivers to be extra cautious around school zones. They say they're doing their part by having 8 to 10 deputies at the zones in the mornings when school starts and in the afternoon when school lets out. Crossing guards are also helping students cross the street safely. Drivers must follow the lowered speed limits within those school zones. If not, fines are doubled. And remember, the Sheriff's Office suggests leaving early if you're driving around the time school starts and ends. I saw some Sarasota police out near Cardinal Mooney High School along Fruitville Road today, and you know, some people just weren't used to those signals being on again.
It does take a minute for your brain to register.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, a teenager in Sarasota battling a rare disorder.
How this young woman is handling the disease with grace while raising awareness.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Are you one of the many Americans who undergo CPAP or BiPAP therapy? How often are you replacing your masks and hoses? Replacing your CPAP or BiPAP supplies every 3 to 6 months is critical to an effective therapy. Bacteria will build up, making you sick, and worn-out straps cause leaks and are just plain uncomfortable. Let Allied Medical Supply Network help. Call Allied Medical to speak to an expert agent that will determine which supplies you need and will set up a schedule for your fresh, brand-name supplies to be delivered right to your door, right when you need them. Shipping's absolutely free, and you may qualify to receive supplies at little or no cost to you. That's right, there's no driving around town or remembering when to order. Call Allied Medical Supply Network today and rest easy.
Call 800-601-0658. That's 800-601-0658.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour selection of quality new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade-in.
Seymour savings.
Step up to GMC and get cash back for up to 12% of the MSRP on these select 2016 GMC vehicles. That's over $9,300 cash back on this Yukon.
See more now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
A Sarasota teenage girl is battling a rare genetic disorder. ABC 7's Alex Redmond joins us with her compelling story. Alex.
Thanks, Haley. A serious diagnosis of a rare disorder is a challenging enough thing for the hardiest adult. But one young Sarasota woman with Ehlers-Danlos steps up to raise awareness and be her own health advocate. It started with symptoms.
It was mostly my knees, and it was like a sharp throbbing pain.
A misdiagnosis at 8 years old.
I had juvenile rheumatoid arthritis.
In October, a new diagnosis.
You have what's called hypermobility syndrome.
It's called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and it's a genetic mutation of the connective tissue that causes young Stephanie Deal to have a lack of collagen. Of the 6 major types of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, Deal has 2.
My knee had subluxated, which is where it just pops out in the back end real quick, approximately a total of 12 times.
The ligament that holds the knee in place, irreparable and replaced with a cadaver hamstring. Deal, the young girl who says she loves to dance, says she knows dancing is no longer in her future.
The rarest type that I have is the vascular type.
Deal does her research, and the findings are harsh.
And with the vascular type, I've also read that approximately 90% only live to be 40.
Deal says her EDS symptoms include tachycardia, an abnormally fast resting heart rate, irritable bowel syndrome or IBS, and asthma.
At first, I was very, very confused because I had never heard anything at all about this disorder.
Deal's mother, Tammy Hopper, says she is proud of her daughter.
She is an amazing young lady who has defeated odds with medical illness, and instead of feeling sorry for herself, wants to do more and more for the community.
Like Backpacks for Christ, Backpacks an acronym for Be a Caring Person and Continue Kind Services.
I get backpacks donated, other things such as canned food, combs, soap, toothbrushes, things like that. And I fill the backpacks up with those items, and I keep them in my car. And whenever we go out and we see a homeless person on the street, we stop and give them one of the backpacks. On the outside, I look perfectly normal. But on the inside, there's a lot wrong.
Deal wants to be a marine mammal veterinarian. She says her biggest hope now is for a support group for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome right here in Sarasota, and no doubt she will do that. Back to you, Haley.
Thank you, Alex. What an amazing young woman. And now we'll head over to Bob and get a check on our forecast.
Well, Haley, a beautiful day, 2 days in a row. We had some sunshine after 5 days of just clouds and showers periodically dancing across our skies, but pretty nice out there today. We have seen some cloudiness start to approach from the east, and you can see that kind of clouding up over Lakewood Ranch. But no real threat of any significant rainfall right now near the coast or near Lakewood Ranch at this point. Showers and storms are developing in the interior portions of the state. You can see that right down the spine of the peninsula. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, and it looks as though we will see some of this action fire up later on tonight, say after 7, 8 o'clock near the coast. And this is moving pretty quickly toward Arcadia right now. And with the west coast sea breeze kind of parked right there at I-75, do expect to see some showers and storms firing up through the evening. It's 90, it's hot, dew point up there, winds out of the west, that sea breeze kicking in. The pressure 30.02 inches, and for the most part, fairly high and holding steady. 94 degrees, 1 degree shy of the record set back in 1998. 90 is our normal high, and 76 was the low this morning. That too running above average. Below average on rain for the month thus far, and for the year, at least at the airport. Over 4 inches below average. Temperatures statewide, well, it's cooled with that shower near Orlando. It's down to 83 there, 85 in Miami, 86 degrees in Key West. And temperatures across the region, Arcadia with that storm, 83 degrees right now. Lake Placid has had some showers recently. That's a nice 83-degree reading there, but different story in Punta Gorda at 92, 88 in Venice Gardens, and Cortez now at 85 degrees. Well, we'll get east to southeasterly winds overnight, and then through the morning hours, and then eventually those will switch back toward the west, developing in the afternoon with that sea breeze kicking in, and then showers and storms will once again fire up on Friday. I think a little bit better chance for some more widespread heavy rain event actually taking place tomorrow late in the afternoon and evening. As far as the futurecast goes, you can see for this evening, showers winding down, and then pushing off into the Gulf. And then for tomorrow, there are those bigger storms I mentioned, at least alluding to that tomorrow afternoon and evening, pushing up from the southeast to the northwest. And on Saturday, we'll see similar conditions played out with those sea breeze active thunderstorms once again through the weekend. As far as the tropics are concerned, pretty quiet out there. The Caribbean, we have an upper level low kind of spinning around there. Not a big deal going on. Anything at the surface, there's no development throughout the Caribbean. This area of low pressure is over land and moving through Louisiana. And places to the east, there are a couple of tropical waves, but really not doing all that much at this point. Well, right now, temperature warmer in Detroit than it is here. Boston, look at that, 96 degrees right now. And 86 in Denver, 97 in Wichita. And the same in Omaha, Nebraska, even warmer still in Dallas and Oklahoma City, both past the century mark. And Atlanta showing up now at 90 with Memphis reading at 93 degrees. So it's hot pretty much everywhere across the U.S. As far as the forecast goes for boaters tomorrow and beachgoers, we'll see a light chop on the bays and inland waters, seas running 2 feet or less. Southeast winds switch around late in the day. 88-degree water temperature. That's pretty much what the high will be tomorrow for area beaches. And tides have come in, and the high tide will be at 9:20 and another at 7:37 tomorrow morning. Sunset will be at 8:11, sunrise at 7 o'clock sharp. Late evening storms tonight. And then partly cloudy skies after midnight, a low of 77 degrees. Tomorrow, look for a good chance for late day storms. Most of the day should be pretty good. A high near 90. Inland areas a little bit warmer than that. The extended forecast calling for typical August weather with high temperatures in the low 90s. Maybe a little bit cooler Wednesday and Thursday, but not much. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. There are no crashes to report, but there is some backup on US 301 and I-75 in both Sarasota and Manatee counties. In South Sarasota County, the outside lane is closed on I-75 in both directions due to construction.
Delta Airlines is once again flying at full speed. The Atlanta-based carrier canceling nearly 2,000 flights following a computer outage on Monday. Many vacations and business trips were affected, as you might imagine. Delta is trying to ease the pain for travelers who were impacted. The carrier waived its rebooking fees and is offering a $200 voucher to those whose flights were delayed more than 3 hours. Cancellation of more than 2,000 Southwest Airlines flights will cost the airline about $54 million. Southwest blames a router failure for the computer outage last month. The company says the loss in revenue may lead to flight prices increasing by about 2%.
A nighttime Disney classic is leaving Main Street, USA for good. The Main Street Electrical Parade at Magic Kingdom will end its run in October. The parade has dazzled visitors with floats covered in colorful lights since 1977. The Electrical Parade features classic Disney characters like Mickey and Minnie Mouse and Snow White, as well as the 7 Dwarfs. Disney did not say what would replace the parade. The floats will be shipped to California for a limited run at Disneyland.
Yeah, that's such a tradition to see that.
Yeah,
when you go there, you know, I mean, you know, maybe you saw it as a kid and then you bring your kids there and they see it. And I'm sure they'll replace it with something fantastic, but I'm a little sad to see.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that, and I'm so curious. I'm just trying to imagine what it would be that would rival that. But I mean, I'm sure knowing Disney, it's something, you know, much larger. But
absolutely,
yeah,
we'll find out. Entertainment news is next.
From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Do you have what it takes to become a champion? The Sarasota YMCA Shark Swim Team has been developing champions since 1961. Fall swim team tryouts for kids ages 6 through 18 are being held August 15th through the 18th and August 22nd to the 25th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Tryouts are held at the Evelyn Sadler Jones Branch, YMCA's Selby Aquatic Center. For more information, visit SarasotaYMCA.org/sharks.
Temperatures on the Sun Coast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dattoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
Sandra Bullock will lead an all-female cast in Ocean's 8.
It is a remake of Ocean's 11. The film will be about a group of crooks who pull off a major heist, similar to the Ocean series starring George Clooney, which was a good one. The all-star cast also includes Cate Blanchett, Elena Bonham Carter, and Mindy Kaling. Producers are still negotiating roles for Anne Hathaway and Rihanna.
Jennifer Lopez is set to star as the Queen of Cocaine. J-Lo will play the late drug lord Griselda Blanco in an upcoming HBO biopic. Now, Lopez says in a statement that she has been fascinated by the life of this corrupt and complicated woman for many years. Blanco was killed in Colombia back in 2012. She was among the first Colombian women to traffic cocaine to the U.S. in the 1970s and 80s. Lopez will also produce the film.
Rihanna's Work, Work, Work is being honored at the 2016 MTV Video Music Awards. The 28-year-old pop star, who released her first album in 2005, which will earn the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award. Rihanna's hits and highly viewed music videos include Umbrella and Work. Past recipients of the Video Vanguard Award include Madonna, Guns N' Roses, and Justin Timberlake. The VMAs will air live on August 28th.
On September 11th, rock icon Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys will perform the entire classic album Pet Sounds at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall in Sarasota. ABC 7's Russ Viotis spoke with Brian Wilson by phone about his current tour.
50th anniversary of Pet Sounds, and you're currently on tour. One of the great rock albums of all time, Brian. How's the tour going so far?
So far, everybody likes Pet Sounds. The best album I ever produced, and people like it very much.
Was there a competition with you and the Beatles with Revolver? Did you answer with Pet Sounds, or how was that working back in the 60s?
Rubber Soul, you mean? Yeah, I was inspired by it very much.
Paul McCartney once said God Only Knows was the greatest song ever written. And
I was very proud to hear that.
How do you feel? I mean, what's the greatest song you think is ever written? Would you say God Only Knows?
Yeah, God only knows.
And how's it feel to be on stage performing these songs?
Feels great. People like us very much. We have a good time.
God only knows what I'd be without you.
Okay, some not so in-depth answers there, but he seems to be, you know, knowing what we already know about the popularity of these songs. So, and that one in particular, it is a good one.
And we're good to hear it right here.
That's pretty cool.
We'll be right back with more news and weather. Stay with us.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Come uncork your inner artist at Painting with a Twist. Bring your favorite bottle of wine and appetizers and enjoy an evening out with friends to celebrate any special occasion. It's perfect for a girls' night out, birthday parties, or a fun date night. Painting with a Twist offers 2 or 3 hour classes that are instructed by local artists, and there is no experience required. We now have 2 convenient locations in Sarasota and Bradenton. Visit our website to view our calendar and schedule your next party today.